In the grand kingdom of Amadike, there was a prince named Obi. Prince Obi was not just any ordinary prince. He was beloved by all for his kindness, wisdom, and humility. He was a man of great charm, but unlike most loyalty, he had no interest in grand balls or elaborate courtship. His heart longed for something genuine, something real. In the sprawling place where Prince Obi lived, there walked a young maid named Adaeze. Adaeze was diligent, intelligent, and possessed a quiet beauty that often went unnoticed and missed the glamour of palace life. Every day, she worked from dawn till dusk, sweeping the palace floors, tending to the gardens, and ensuring that the royal chambers were immaculate. One day, as Prince Obi wandered through the palace garden, he spotted Adaeze carefully trimming the rose bushes. Intrigued by her focus and grace, he approached her. Adaeze, unaware of the prince's presence, continued her work until she heard a soft voice behind her. "These roses look even more beautiful when you are tending to them," Obi said with a gentle smile. Startled, Adaeze quickly turned around and realized it was the prince. She immediately dropped to her knees, her heart racing. "Your Highness, forgive me. I didn't see you coming." Prince Obi chuckled softly and extended his hand to help her up. "Please rise. There is no need for formalities. I only wanted to speak with you." Adaeze hesitantly stood, her eyes fixed on the ground. What could a prince possibly want with a mermaid like me? Obi smiled warmly. "I have noticed how hard you work and care, and the care you put into everything you do. I admire you, the person behind the work." From that day on, Obi would often find reasons to visit the gardens or the parts of the palace where Adaeze worked. They talked about everything: life in the village, their hopes, dreams, and even the little joys and sorrows that filled their days. The more they spoke, the more Obi found himself drawn to her warmth, her intelligence, and the simplicity of her heart. Adaeze too began to see the prince not as the distant figure she had always imagined, but as a kind and thoughtful man. But as their bond grew, so did the whispers in the palace corridors. Rumors spread that the prince had taken interest in a mermaid, and these rumors soon reached the ears of the queen. The queen, proud and protective of the royal family's honor, was outraged. She summoned Prince Obi to her chambers and confronted him. "Obi, I have had troubling things," she began, her tone stern. "Is it true that you have been spending time with that maid, Adaeze?" Obi, ever honest, replied, "Yes, mother, it is true. I have come to care for her deeply." The queen's eyes flashed with anger. "A maid? You are a prince. You must marry someone of noble blood, not some common girl who sweeps our floor." But Obi was resolute. "Mother, Adaeze may be a maid, but she has a heart of gold. She is kind, wise, and more noble in spirit than anyone I have ever met. I love her and I wish to marry her." The queen was furious and refused to give her blessing. Determined to end the relationship, she devised a plan. She would put Adaeze through a series of humiliating and difficult tasks, hoping to break her spirit and force her to leave the palace. The first task was to scrub the entire palace floor, from the grand hall to the tiniest corridor. Within a single day, Adaeze, though shocked by the enormity of the task, did not complain. She worked tirelessly from morning until night. Her hands raw and blistered, but she completed the task. The next day, the queen demanded that Adaeze polish all the palace silverware until it shone like the sun. Again, Adaeze worked relentlessly, her fingers aching, but she never faltered. Finally, the queen ordered Adaeze to carry a heavy load of firewood from the forest to the palace, a task even the strongest of men would struggle with. Adaeze, though exhausted and in pain, did not give up. She carried the wood load by load, her body weary but her spirit unbroken. Throughout these trials, Prince Obi watched in anguish, but Adaeze's determination and strength only deepens his love for her. He could see that his mother's plan was failing. Instead of breaking Adaeze, it was only proving how strong and worthy she truly was. When Adaeze completed the final task, the queen was left with no choice. She saw that Adaeze was not just a simple maid, but a woman of incredible strength and character. Reluctantly, the queen acknowledged her son's choice. "You have proven yourself worthy, Adaeze," the queen said, though her voice was still last with the remnants of pride. "If you can endure all of these, then perhaps you are strong enough to be a queen." Prince Obi, overjoyed, took Adaeze's hand and declared his love for her in front of the entire court. They were married in a grand ceremony that united the nobility and the common folk. The kingdom celebrated for days on end. Adaeze became a beloved queen, known for her and the love she shared with Prince Obi. The queen, over time, came to see Adaeze not just as a maid, but as a woman who had earned her place by his side through her strength, grace, and unwavering spirit. And so Prince Obi and Queen Adaeze ruled the kingdom with love and compassion. Their story becoming a legend that was told for generations, reminding everyone that true love knows no boundaries of class or status.